Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Nationwide second phase COVID-19 vaccination drive to cover senior citizens and people above 45 years with comorbidities began today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi gets vaccinated at Delhi's AIIMS, appeals people to come forward for vaccination to make the country corona-free. India of 21st century needs post-harvest revolution and value addition amid increasing agriculture production, says Prime Minister. And Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry launches field assessment of Swachh Sarvekshan 2021. The nationwide COVID-19 vaccination phase to cover senior citizens and people above 45 years with comorbidities began from today. The vaccine is being administered free of cost at 10,000 government hospitals to these groups, while the cost of the vaccine at around 20,000 private vaccination centers will be borne by the people. Private hospitals can charge up to 250 rupees per dose of COVID-19 vaccine during the vaccination drive. The government has identified 20 specified comorbidities that will prioritize the individuals for the COVID-19 vaccination. They include heart failure with hospital admission in past 1 year, post-cardiac transplant, kidney and liver transplant recipient or on wait list, leukemia, lymphoma, HIV infection, diabetes and hypertension on treatment, and severe respiratory disease like hospitalization in the last 2 years. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today took the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine at AIIMS in New Delhi. In a tweet, Modi appealed to all those who are eligible to take the vaccine. He said it is remarkable how our doctors and scientists have worked in quick time to strengthen the global fight against COVID-19. Prime Minister said, "Let us together make India COVID-19 free." Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan has said that both the COVID vaccines, Covishield and Covaxin, are safe and perfect as far as immunogenicity is concerned. He said Prime Minister Narendra Modi took the jab first when vaccination of people above 60 years began today, and he took Covaxin, against which a lot of misinformation was spread even when this vaccine was scientifically perfect. He said the Prime Minister has given a clear message to the country by taking vaccine, and all misinformation and hesitancy in this regard should be buried once and for all. He said the side effects are minimal, like swelling or fever, and it also happens during normal vaccination too. He said a hospitalization due to COVID vaccination is very minimal, almost negligible. Dr. Harshvardhan said India has also supplied COVID vaccines to its neighboring countries as well as other countries under Vaccine Maitri initiative. The country's COVID-19 recovery rate has reached 97.07%, while the total number of recoveries have gone up to over 1 crore 7 lakh. Health Ministry said the actual caseload currently comprises only 1.52% of the total positive cases. Presently, the total number of active cases in the country is around 1,68,000. With a nil detection of COVID-19 case and recovery in Nagaland today, the state's total confirmed cases continue to remain at 12,200, while recovered cases at 11,949. The number of active cases also stood at 7. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that India of the 21st century needs post-harvest or food processing revolution and value addition amid increasing agriculture production. He said it would have been good for the country if it was done 2 to 3 decades back. Speaking at a webinar on the steps taken for agriculture sector in this year's union budget, Modi today said that at present we have to focus more on processing in every sector of agriculture, including food, vegetable, fruit and fisheries, and at the same time it is also necessary to improve the system of processing, and modern storage facilities should be available to the farmers near their villages. The Prime Minister stressed on the need to expand the country's agricultural sector in the global market for processed food. It is the need of the hour to ensure farmers produce get as many options in the market as possible, and we have to integrate our agricultural produce into the global processed food market. Prime Minister Modi also emphasized to increase the number of agro-industries clusters near the village so that the people can get employment related to farming in the village itself. Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry launched a field assessment of Swachh Sarvekshan 2021 at a web event in New Delhi today. This will be the 6th edition of the annual Cleanliness Survey. Speaking at a webinar, Secretary of Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry, Durga Shankar Mishra said, the survey has led to a spirit of healthy competition among cities and towns. More than 2,000 assessors will go on the field to assess the performance of cities this time. Every year, the on-field assessments take place between 4th January to 31st January. However, this was delayed by 2 months due to the COVID pandemic and will now be conducted between 1st and 28th of March. Jaideep Bhatnagar has taken over today as Principal Director General, Press Information Bureau. Bhatnagar is an officer of the Indian Information Service, batch of 1986. He had earlier served in Doordarshan News as head of the Commercial, Sales and Marketing Division of Doordarshan. He has also served as Prasar Bharati Special Correspondent, West Asia, covering 20 countries. He later went on to head the News Services Division of All India Radio. Prior to his current charge as head of the organization, Bhatnagar has worked in BIP for 6 years in different capacities. Bhatnagar takes over from Kuldeep Singh Thatwalia, who superannuated on 28 February 2021. Australian educators are working with teachers from Nagaland to co-design an education delivery model that provides students access to quality education resources. The project, initiated by Naga Ed, has created a modularized digital crash course to support Class 10 students with their upcoming HSLC exams. It will launch pilot crash course program in 5 schools this week, providing training for 300 students and dozens of teachers. NagaEd is offering a month of ongoing support for participants of the pilot program leading up to their HSLC examinations in April. Founder of NagaEd, Kevisato Sanna, said the pilot program is an opportunity to capture the voices of students, teachers, and administrators for a collaborative approach to designing solutions. The 4th edition of Prime Minister's Interaction Program Pariksha Pe Charcha will be held this month. The program will be held virtually. Through this program, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will hold a brainstorming session with school students, teachers, and parents in connection with the upcoming examinations. The registration process for the program is underway on my GOV platform, and it will remain open till 14th of March. The participants of this program will be selected through an online competition on my GOV platform. The questions related to dealing with examination stress from school students of class 9 to 12 will be invited through my GOV platform, and selected questions will be featured in the program. About 2,000 school students, teachers, and parents from across the country are to be selected winner, and there will be attractive prizes for the winners. Some of the winners will get a chance to ask a question to the Prime Minister. The selected participants will be taking part in the program online from their respective states and Union Territory headquarters, and will be presented with a special Pariksha Pe Charcha kit. And as the nation fights COVID-19 pandemic, let us all remember to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, wash hands frequently with soap and water, or use hand sanitizer, and follow social distancing norms. And now 20 news, here are the main points again. Nationwide second phase COVID-19 vaccination drive to cover senior citizens and people above 45 years with comorbidities began today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi gets vaccinated at Delhi's AIIMS, appeals people to come forward for a vaccination to make the country corona-free. India of 21st century needs post-harvest revolution and value addition amid increasing agriculture production, says Prime Minister. And Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry launches field assessment of Swachh Sarvekshan 2021. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.